Hi, welcome back to Chesterville. Um, let's see, I've been letting it run since last time. Uh, Mostly I've been getting these to happen. We do have a lot of coal, but partly because I went into the nether and got what was lurking there. And, I'll burn some wood into charcoal in this thing. I think it's done for the moment. I turned this off to, get rid of the lag to an extent, but, this burns out before that does because it's like a 4-to-1 thing, so it's just a thing. Um, oh yeah, I burned wood in that thing and went around to this spillover, grabbed it, turned it in for coal ore, and then smacked that with efficiency, and which I should probably switch out. And got and just got a whole bunch of coal to throw into the system. This is fairly full of rockets because it would be. I went ahead and just moved all the scaffolds to right here, so we'd have to, because it was just going to jam it up. So, in the long term, we'll figure that out. What I was thinking, though, I was talking a while ago about doing. We have the trees here.
Yeah.
Like one of each. We could do just an entire grove of something that's manageable. Probably, in fact, these. Because these never do super trees. The oak ones do. And they're a bit variable, but the height is fairly consistent. I think that's about as tall as it gets. Might go up one more, it doesn't really matter. So what I think we could do is figure out, probably build out this way. This is actually mushroom fields, but so is this, and it grows anyway. So, well, that's forest, but this is mushroom field. So apparently that's not an issue. So I would say let's go in line with all of this stuff. Figure space skip. So starting about here gives us 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By 2, we could probably double that. And we'll just build kind of a quick platform thing. Put dirt in it. Build a just a whole grove of whatever the ash trees are, the birch. Let me have, actually not just that, give me some lights, and get that up there. If you want to come along with the cheaper prismarine stuff to fill in, well, and it's going to be nighttime, but I didn't want to. With the lag, days are like lengthened from about 10 minutes to closer to 30. And I wasn't interested in waiting the extra 10 minutes for the damn sun to go down before we got started. Yeah, turn here, I guess. And this way it'll be elevated a bit, which doesn't matter that much, but since I'm going to be putting dirt in here, and dirt's a bit expensive. It's getting cheaper because now we can make potions and swim in lava and get gravel to do dirt doubling, but in any case, we'll, make sure we can get it back if we want to make changes later. Never seem to do that, but loosely on that topic of things we can change and never do, it occurred to me there's like no benefit anymore to the Wentworth factory.
That's true.
So we have gold coming in from pigmen that are falling out of the sky next to it. What do you... Oh, you just made a mistake.
Yeah. Sometimes my mouse has a mind of its own.
Yeah, the lag helps a lot. I don't know why I did that. I like center click to get, another stack, and there was a stack right... Oh, nuts. And that's gone. Bye-bye. Anyway, I kind of wonder how exactly I have 52. I lost 1, but I should have had a multiple of 4 when I started. Everything was just stacks of 64, right? I don't know what I that's weird. Whatever. So that's in play. And then when you up to sleep. Well, I don't know if we have to. I slept half an hour ago when it was nighttime. But you've been out of the game, so I don't know if you're going to attract phantoms. Sleeping forever and ever. Why do I bother? Alright, so with that done, let me make a quick... Oh, we're probably actually going to want to build out a bit more for a reason, but we'll get to that. Well, 4 by 5 is 20 by 25 is 40 by... Or 40 and 50 is 90. Hang on a minute. Let me just go make a... is it faster to... I'll just try to decide if it's faster to make a sawmill thing or go use one that we have existing. Just because it makes a difference. It's a 2 to 3 ratio on the making stairs. Which I wouldn't hate having. But I don't want to... If I just make them in a MakerBot, it's going to be 6 to 4. And if I do it this way, it'll be 1 to 1. So there's that many. Give me... Also, that is 96. That's more than I need, I think. So we'll go put these in place. Otherwise, not a lot has changed in the last couple of days since we did this. Yeah, I pulled some stuff in from the Nether because it was just lurking there, not being useful. I don't know if it's useful here, but we have it here now. You know, one thing before let me just make sure I have this because I might as well have walk around apron kind of thing. So, yeah, let's see. Found out the Nether update is actually in next... Well, we assumed it was next year, in fact, I think, but it's 1.16. It's not going to be whatever bug fix, which I did check. There's still no name for it as of today that I saw. It's just bug fixing and adding bees. That's all we know. Did I just do that wrong? And it's probably going to be a fairly minor update. Well, some of the bug fixes are nice. Like, you can turn off insomnia and damage from falling and stuff like that, I think. That must be right. And we're far enough away from the village, I can do this. Don't have to worry too much about spawnable surfaces here.
I suppose they're adding in the bees as a sort of admission that every bug fix just adds more bugs.
That's a way of explaining it. You could also make the assumption that they're just really trying to make this into Ark. Because we have beehives in Ark. You know, the dinosaur one. Okay, so that is that. Put these here. I'm just going to actually go in one to preserve the lights, although by the time I'm done with this, I don't think it's going to matter that much. And that's about how far I want to go. So I think, yeah, we should be good here. There shouldn't be any, you know, overlap, cross-contamination with existing trees that we have out here. Yeah. And then it's going to get a little weird because I'd actually like to have as much light as possible. Like we could also almost just make the whole thing out of lights. I think we have enough for it.
Hi. Sorry.
That's neat. I didn't realize where I was. I was seriously just a millimeter from falling off.
Damn it.
Okay, so that's... Why? Who's confused? It's not me, is it? Oh, that is weird. Speaking of bugs. I guess because I put it down sideways in the first place.
Come on, kitty.
Huh. Strange. Okay, so as far as... Really could just make it out of lights. I guess there's no technically good reason not to. Put a light here. Put a light. Give me that back. Oh, lag. If that's... And I have dirt, so I could illustrate. I have one. If we go like this, I'll need more light now, but this stuff at this point is kind of cheaper than the prismarine simply because it's off. I hate it when it's off. Whenever it's off, it's just nothing to be done. I mean, apart from rethinking the whole thing. I'm gonna go get more lights so I know what I'm doing. You have a bunch of dirt somewhere, right?
I think so.
If not, I think I have some.
I'll look around.
Would be important to this whole concept. Let me grab some... Actually, just give me whatever I can carry, I guess. Figure out the rest later. Once I get this filled in a bit, you'll see a pattern. You can just fill the holes with dirt and
Well, dirt, no, but I do have 3 shulker boxes of gravel.
well, I have dirt. Hang on. Right now I'm fighting the lag to put down stuff that's hard to pick up because it's, shatters if I do it wrong. I don't have room for dirt. Hang on a sec. Oh, yeah, I have. I know I have some in a shulker box in one of these. And I think, yeah, with shulker boxes, if I set it down, you can look in it.
Yep.
It's the nether boxes that if I set it down, you just get your own. So there's that with enough dirt to do something, I think. Let me just... Might be easier to... So yeah, this is overkill as far as lights are concerned. We don't actually need this many. But it's... Right now we're out of prismarine shards, more or less. Like we have maybe a couple dozen stacks. Or no, couple stacks. I don't know why I said dozen. Possibly 5 or so because of the hoppers holding some. But we're absolutely teeming with, damn it, with, what do you imagine I did? Silk Touch, what do you think I used? That's weird. Well, now we have more of that stuff. Whatever. So yeah, lights are... They're cheaper anyway, just because they use 4 shards instead of 9. Which I guess is... There's that. But we just have so much crystal stuff, those that we really need to make. Because the only thing they're good for is making these lights. That I can think of. I don't think there's any other benefit to... Any other use for them. So, yeah, we could probably use the stuff to make lights and get rid of it. Anyway, so that's that. The other thing, I guess, the trailer came out for that Skywalker Saga thing, which is like all 9 films in a game for Lego.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Also, the trailer came out for the new film, which is neat. Oh, why the hell? Okay, Silk Touch, right? No mystery? Good. I don't know what I did. I can't wait to play that back and find out what I hit it with. It wouldn't have been my axe, because that's Silk Touch. Even though it's used. I don't know why it's used. I have no idea what the hell happened. Yeah, I'm digging the new Star Wars trailer. If only because, like, I've mentioned before that Williams can't do anything that's not in D. And while he doesn't do the music for the trailer, someone thought it would be clever to do it in, like, E major. That's kind of neat. The basic general theme. So that was cool.
Yeah, it's more dramatic somehow.
It just sounds better. D is always a bit meh. Got really popular in the early 90s when everyone got all grungy. It's like, let's tune everything down to D. Okay, but there's a reason things are based in E. I mean, it just works better. It just sounds more intentional. You just sound sleepy. Okay. This is really bright. Like, I don't much like looking at it. On the bright side, I don't think these count as redstone elements. I could be wrong about that. I mean, everything... Why the hell would you do that? It just did it. It like double-clicked. I didn't do that. Oh, what the hell? That was me.
It happens to me too.
And then you saw that.
Yes.
It lied. I'm calling that a bug. That's just terrible, whatever just happened. Yeah, as far as the Skywalker Saga thing. I guess that is always what it was. I mean, it used to be... Like, as soon as, Empire came out, we had an episode 5. Actually, a year before that, they started re-releasing Star Wars, and it was suddenly episode 4. And it was generally considered, the Skywalker, or the Adventures of that was back when there were only a couple of films, so it was, calling it a saga at the time was a bit ambitious. Right then it was a sequel. It was, its major competitor was Jaws 2.
Not even sure you could call it a saga until they started releasing, 7.
No, it was a saga. I mean, I know what you mean. It's like, because this is really full watch. It's just, I can't even put these away right now, effectively, so we gotta do something about that. It's gonna overflow at some point. I don't think I need these if I'm wrong. That's not even right. If I'm wrong, I'll come back for them, I guess. And I could probably just put these in this mess. So now we have dirt on the ground, right? It's all filled in. Okay. Yeah, before Jedi came out, certainly by the time it was Revenge of the Jedi, there was, it was being called, okay, thanks. Something of a saga. By the way, if you want to throw together, this is going to get pretty big pretty fast. If you want to, is that done? Are you done with this?
Yes.
Could probably use just a basic double box.
Okay.
If you want to get some wood together and make that happen. I don't even know if I have enough saplings for what I want to do here, but we'll get these in place, and once they grow, we can chop them down, and we'll have that. And they're certainly lit up enough to just take off. Although, on the topic of lag, I almost wonder, because I've got random tick speed up a bit. I wonder if I'd have less lag if I reset it to 3 or whatever it's supposed to be. Is there any huge advantage anymore to having it that fast? And is there anything that... We have enough activities that I would think that if we had to wait for real-time tree growth and whatever, we'd probably have better things to do while we waited. And we have all sorts of bone meal and stuff. I'm not sure we need it to be up at 40 anymore.
I forget. Do I need a special thing to break a shelter box?
No.
Okay.
You do need it for the nether box. Otherwise, you'll get the obsidian back, which is kind of the expensive part.
Certainly the time-consuming part.
We're out of saplings. I'm going to do that, actually. I don't know what the hell to expect, but, is that game rule? Go back to 3. See if it just clears things. It's possible that... I don't want to walk through that. It's possible that we're straining the system a bit. Because, like, this will be exactly the same rate. This is a different form of ticks. It's just on or off. Random tick speed does affect lava in a cobblestone factory, but generator. But really only adversely. It's actually optimized for 3 ticks. So, yeah, I think we might be happier. It didn't help that much, we know that now. But whatever, I don't care. We'll just get some trees pulled down, get the sapling. The downside to this plan, if you call it that, is if 2 trees grow next to each other, they're going to kind of be sharing the space that leaves go. So we'll get less saplings. It's going to kind of go back and forth. We'll get enough to fill it in, and then we won't, and then we will, and then we won't. Probably be better to space these out when we only have half a grove worth of trees, but... That's the one thing I didn't even factor.
What?
The leaves aren't going to decay at the speed I'm used to. They will decay, it'll just take a little while, and with the lag it'll actually take longer than usual. But it's fine, it'll work. That's one of the reasons I like having it kicked up a bit, is just to get the... I don't want to have to wait around for the next 3 minutes for a tree that shouldn't even still be in the air, because I chopped it down to finish dropping whatever I'm going to get out of it. I have to hit every one of these twice. Then you got a box somewhere by now.
Yeah.
I see it. Oh, that's not... That could have been done better.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine, I just gotta fix it. I'm not sure why I didn't use my axe for that, but... Where's the... A box did happen when I did that, right? Oh, what the hell? There, nothing. Just, anyway, it goes there, in fact. That way it's evenly spaced between the lights, if it matters.
Ah.
That's just how I do things. Yeah, we can start putting in stuff. We do have, actually, I think it's this is, although I have more bone meal, it's not cubed if we want to just use that up.
That whole final trailer release was a major source of anxiety for me.
Yeah. Oh, because that's when the tickets go on sale.
Yeah.
I got them.
I know you did.
That was actually kind of neat. I just, well, the assumption was, because it always is, or at least lately it has been, that the trailer drops and then they open up tickets. And it occurred to me like an hour or two before the trailer happened. It came out. It occurred to me to wonder where the hell you would get tickets, and I'd figure, okay, like probably Fandango.com. Just hit it, figuring I'll have a look and see what to expect. And it was like, you know, you can see whatever the boring film 2 days before anyone else. Reloaded it, or clicked on that to see what it was, and then came back to the index, and it was suddenly there. And I just got the first 2 tickets pretty much in Denver right then. So we have, yeah, very center back row. I learned that from Lincoln. And then again from the Aurora Mall 7 years ago. When the place got, Century 16 got shot up by a guy dressed as Drop Dead Fred. Oh, we need to chop this stuff down, I guess. Maybe I should put the tick rate back up. I guess I was wrong. It's not going to help. It's only going to make it suck. Okay. Still help it along. Am I standing on anything bad? Get out of the sky, damn it. Exit the sky. It's just lag. Everything's bad about this.
Well, I suppose if you... The original name for this map is like Rags to Riches, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we've achieved riches at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten to the point where it's so bad that we are only broke in the sense that we don't have enough frames.
Yeah, well, that's not something Chester has. There's a few things Chester doesn't have. We've had to assume that he would have had them if he'd been that cool. Like, specific, spooky eggs, for example. I don't know why he didn't have eggs for, like, well, no, he didn't do eggs for phantoms, they just show up. But eggs for, shulkers. You'd think that would have been a thing. I don't actually need... Well, I could use it, doesn't matter. I've got this. Let me go look at that. I don't think there's anything that he has that we haven't at least been able to afford, whether we bought it or not. Let me find out. Yeah, we're certainly lagging. Okay. Hi. Well, obviously we've done these, or else we wouldn't have... Well, actually, that's not true. You can buy these from Wandering Travelers. Which I'm trying to think the last time I saw one of those.
Whoops.
It's been a while. Of course, I'm usually under something, so I'm not outdoors to instigate them. We've certainly bought coal. We've bought iron. We've bought gold. This is how we got the Wentworth factory. I think probably we bought red... Yeah, we have. I was doing the test, and it didn't help. Lapis, emeralds. We've done a bit of diamonds. I actually have like an entire stack of blocks, which is... I like that. Let's see. I bought some obsidian to get into the nether. We bought that to make the wither box house. We bought dirt to get started, and then we bought gravel to dirt double because it's cheaper. It's not actually cheaper, but you get so much more spruce cutting down trees in a given time span than you would from oak. We probably bought ice. It seems like it. I think we bought sand. I know I got it from traders. Don't think we bothered with clay, but I haven't any interest in bothering with... Don't need snow. Actually, we could get snow and make a snowman and use that as snow production. It's never rained. I don't know why. I can make compressed ice. We have an ice tray. I suppose I bought these things because that's how we got them. Cocoa beans, beetroot. Don't think we ever bought that, but who cares? And then we have that. I don't think I bothered with podzol because trees, since this map came out, now create the stuff if you want it. Did buy some mycelium, one of them at least. I think probably bought some grass at some point to carry around. Don't care about flowers. Didn't bother with this because we're just trading in string for something that you hack to get strings. So obviously bought those. No real use for sponges on a map like this. Don't have any horse armor, or for them matter horses. Haven't bought any heads because I don't care. Did buy at least one of those before we just started making them out of dead withers. Obviously we bought those a lot. Don't think I bothered buying a creeper because we have more than I want now. Have bought skeletons, spiders, zombies. Didn't bother with slimes. We have those growing, spawning on their own. Didn't buy a ghast. I don't even have 64 of these. I haven't tried to get them. Bought that, obviously. Bought that because we can actually do it now. Cave spiders are fundamentally the same as spiders for art purposes. Don't want silverfish. Obviously, we did... Well, I don't know if we actually bought a blaze spawn egg. I don't think I did. I think I just made one happen because there was no way to get blaze rods without fortresses for these things to spawn in the nether. We've done that now. Bats, I don't care. Witches, we've done. Endermites, no advantage. If I want endermites, I'll throw bowling balls around to get them, because then they work better for any purpose I would use them for. We've done guardians. I think I actually have bought pig eggs just so I can revert a spawner, because they default to pigs. We bought sheep eggs. We bought cows. We haven't bought chickens. We just make those happen by throwing eggs. Squids are useless because flat worlds don't allow squids anymore. We've bought wolf eggs. We've got the mushroom. Ocelots we haven't done. Horses we haven't done because, did rabbits and then villagers. So yeah, I mean, basically, as far as stuff that we could purchase, trade in, everything that's not just useless, we've done. Useless or redundant, pick one. So we're good on all that. How are the trees doing?
I am sort of fighting against the growth rate and the decay to get saplings, so I'm just sort of cutting things down.
Yeah.
Instead of replanting as I go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see that in the long term. That's how it is. You just sort of chop them all down and run back through, get however many saplings you can get. If it's not enough, that's fine. It will be next time. We'll get them later. Just kind of put them down wherever they might go, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, it really does just kind of boomerang. Sometimes you get more than you need, sometimes you get less than you need. And, somewhere in there you store the extra ones when you get them, and we'll just put them along here, like over here. And we have this box too, we can just put stuff in if we want to. Have that. Okay, by the way, we're out of time, so I'm just going to set up to get out of here. But, yeah, I guess I'll leave the, giving me these I don't want, as such. But, okay. I just broke a sapling somewhere. I'll leave the tick rate alone. I think it doesn't seem to be making the lag too much worse. It doesn't help to get rid of it, so what the hell. And it almost counters the lag as far as getting stuff to happen anytime before sunset, which is in half an hour. So, yeah, we'll get out of here for now and come up with something for next time. But for now we have this, and we'll just grow it and chop it down and grow it and so on for a while. Alright, see you next time. Bye.